Hello, and welcome to my playground. This is the Mad Chemist Church, or Church McGurch, depending on where you know me from. And welcome to Madman Review. Today we're going to be looking at Dinkum. Now you might say, what is Dinkum? And I would tell you, I don't know. Except for maybe money. Or a place of mind. But let's get into this. Let's get into this review. But before I do that, and where I was going with this, also, I keep forgetting I need to do this before I get into things, because I always lose track of everything at the time. But please, if you like my reviews, and you like the games that I'm playing, and kind of showing more of like these walkthroughs, runovers, please like, comment, subscribe, let me know what's going on, let me know if you played this game, or if you plan on picking this game up. So let's start. This is a multiplayer game, and I would say this would be a pretty decently fun game with a couple people. As always, in my reviews, I always say I am not a builder. I do not do the building in games. I leave that up to my wife or my friends, the people that are actually, more inclined into that kind of stuff. I do not decorate. I do not build. I am a tank. I am a hunter. I am a tamer. I like to go out and I like to do the combat side of things and the more intricate side of things where there's more timing, there's more of a challenge. Don't get me wrong, building is a pretty decent challenge, especially for those people who like it and they've just got to get that perfect little tiny thing right. But as I always say, that's not me. So when I go into these reviews, please understand when you're also watching these reviews, my decoration is probably like on a very, very minute scale of like what some people could do. And these are more reviews of kind of like, I played the game, I had a lot of fun with it. If I didn't have a lot of fun with the game, I typically don't review it, just on the aspect that I believe if I don't have anything good to say, I don't say anything at all. I have a couple games I have played that I just could not get into, and that it just wouldn't feel right doing a review on it, being like, I played this for 3 hours and it sucked. So here we go, let's get into it. As you can see, I'm on year 2, Saturday, 7 of spring, my character, my name, and then the name of my area. So this game is a lot like Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon in those aspects, where you build up your town, you harvest, you do crops, you can raise animals, all kinds of different little like nuances in between and like mixes between everything, plus it's its own game. Also, this is Animal Crossing as if you were in Australia. As you can see, my nice ninja outfit with my anime shades. So, as I was just explaining, I am not a builder. I've literally just kind of thrown things up into this room, and wherever I need them, they're here. This game does let you craft. I do believe you can craft from chest. Let's see, can I craft? I don't think I have. Okay, so I believe this game you do not craft from chest. You actually have to pick the ingredients up. Come over here, click on it with the ingredients in inventory. So you have like your basic cooking station, your basic crafting station. Now here's one of the biggest things, is there's an extremely rare resource that I haven't gotten to. And there's a couple other things, like there's these competitions. And to get things like this bug terrarium, which I haven't gotten yet, I have all this stuff. And other stuff like this is like super easy to get. But I don't have... So you have the option of doing either the gold, the silver, or the bronze bug trophy. And I just haven't been able to seem to figure out how to even get the bronze. The NPCs always somehow beat me. But I have been able to get the fish pond. And pretty much all that for is like if you catch something that's super rare, you can breed it, and it, you know, over time, like either the fish pond or the bug terrarium, they will breed over time what you put in there, and then you can pick them out and sell them for a lot of money. And I believe the fish pond gets you roe, so fish eggs, and the bug terrarium gets you silk. These are not the highest tier, as for the reason that I can't seem for the life of me to get a lot of the resource, because it seems to be like there's only like one really good place to get that one specific resource, and or the ore technically. So here's a bunch of different things. This is all cooking stuff since the cooking station's in here. I have all these like cooking items. And then Christmas was just when I kind of finished playing, because there's probably still another like 40 plus hours I could put into this game. But while I was playing this, and when I kind of had quit, it was Christmas time, so they had their Christmas event going, so I got a bunch of Christmas stuff still out. Yeah, but the resource that it takes to make these, the advanced tier, like, working stuff is so hard to get, and I, for the life of me, can't get RNG to get me a glider. That's another thing in this game, is you can get a glider, which then you can just glide. And the place where you can get a lot of that final ore resource requires you to have a glider. And I just haven't been able to get anything to give me a glider. So these are all outfits you can get, like, or I'm collecting medieval, bone mask, hazmat suit. Like I said, it was Christmas, so I have a Santa outfit, spacesuit. These are kind of one-off event items that you get. The galaxy hood, black hood, the glowing stuff, holly wreath. The miner's helmet has a flashlight on it, so you don't have to have your flashlight out. Wizard's hat. And then just items. Different items you can get. Weapons, flaming bat, advanced slingshot, bat zapper, compactors, tree pincers, basically move full trees. One that lets you jump higher. The hand trolley is to move, like, if you want to move something but it has items in it, you'd have to use the hand trolley. Different random things I've found in chests and other items I've collected from, like, the beach, and then, like, random decorations I've found or bought, or chests I've collected, event items. Like, I've got a silver fishing trophy, I have a gold fishing trophy. And then these are random, like, statues and plushies, so you can get these little plushies and stuff. And then I have my pet rock on my desk. Yeah, and then there's a kangaroo with a hat, Santa hat. So that's like the interior, and my house is like maxed out. So every day you get mail. I can hit collect all, and I can get mail from other people. Give me a kitchen sink and some raw meat. You can get, eventually you can get a dog. That's my doggy. I'm gonna, there, there. I'm gonna feed my dog. Oh, and now he'll eat that meat and he'll be happy. There's also cages where you can collect wild animals, and they do take up an inventory slot. You can put them down like this, and if something just so happens throughout the day to walk over these are like the highest tier cage you can get. So the lower tier cages, animals can still break out of, but these higher tier ones, it's a lot harder for them to break out of. Like, we'll take this crocodile, for example. So if you injure them, they become a lot easier and they don't fight. But if you don't injure them, they fight like this, and then they have a chance of breaking free. Like that. Pick up my animal trap. And the whole goal is to get them to one of these drop pads that you kind of create, and as soon as it lands on it, it's on there. And then the next day you'll get money plus your crate back. So normally, like, one of the first things I do is I'll go out and I'll put either these crate down, or I'll go and I'll catch like 6 animals, and then any kind of animal. There's certain animals that can be caught, and there's certain animals that can't be caught. Some fertilized chicken egg here. So you can get these fertilized chicken eggs, and then you can hatch them to produce chickens. Collect all this poop. You can get worms, and then you'll put the chicken in here. It'll hatch. It'll eat food. Chicken coops, beast dens, stalls, shower, and NPCs. This guy, he is just a neighbor NPC. Since this is a multiplayer game, you have these things called neighbor NPCs that would take the place of the up to 4 other people you can get. So there's food here. The silo here shows you how much food you have. Like, I'm getting pretty low. Come here. This silo will automatically fill these. So there's different types of chicken coloring. There's these kind of platypus things. They leave. These ones are what you get for wool. Yeah. So you would come over here and shear this, and you get some wool. The chickens drop eggs. There's a rooster. More chickens. Then there's these things called wombats. They dig, so they find the earthworms. They'll find seeds. They'll find the thing right here called the native bread, which is basically a very expensive mushroom, kind of like a truffle. And then you have these wombats. Yes, these are called wombats. They are very big, cow-like wombats. But these ones you can milk with a bucket, and you get food. Or milk, not food. So you can also drive. You can also get what is called a moo ostrich, or a moa. And you can find these. You can find a moo saddle, and ride it. So you just whoop. And once you have the saddle, you put it on a wild one, and then just whoop, you now have mount. There's a specific name you can give this guy, any of your animals, and if you give them that name, they get the triangle sunglasses. So I named them that. So the animals, we'll go over here. Animals. So the animals have heart ratings, and the better their heart rating, obviously, the better. Okay. After that, basically after their heart ratings, they'll go from, like, the chickens drop normally chicken eggs, but once their heart rating gets above 3, they'll start having a chance to drop big chicken eggs. Same with these. Once it gets above, you'll have a chance to get from getting milk to high quality milk. And don't really see like there was too much of a difference for the cotton, but for these guys, they'll typically only find grass seeds or worms, but as soon as they get above that, they'll start finding the native bread, which is actually a really good food item. Like other games, you can eat up to, I believe, 3 foods. There's another guy that's just a random NPC, random NPC, random NPC, random NPC. These are all done by renting. So you come over here, you build one of these houses, and then you rent it out. Or you can evict them, and you can let your friend come in. Over here, a jackhammer, pick up all this crystal. These are all kind of different crafting stations. Honey, keg to ferment things. Not composter. I believe... No, that is the composter. Or worms. It creates compost and worms. Saw tables to cut wood. This goes down under the ground and will pull up minerals that you can harvest. This will grind stone into like cement or ore chunks into ore. Millers, so you grind up stuff like wheat into flour. The advanced furnace and the normal furnace. The advanced furnace requires that new ore, and that's about as far as I got, because the only way to smelt the new ore is to do the advanced furnace. So now that I have the advanced furnace, I can now smelt it, but then everything is like ridiculously overpriced at how much it takes per item to craft. Cheese maker, milk to cheese. Thread maker turns silk and cotton into a fabric, and then this is a composter. Obviously, turns poop into compost. Cooking pots, repair table, ice sculpturing. So during the winter, you'll find ice and snow, and you can turn it into just random different little things for theming. Charger, since things do have batteries. Grill for cooking, just basic stuff. And now we get into the items. So here's all the different items. Ore, it takes 5 of one ore to make an ingot. All the different other kinds of things. So there's a silk, or cocoon. You turn the cocoon into silk. Turn cotton into cloth. Grind up stone for cement. You can find all different kinds of things, different enemy items. Ingots, nails, opals, so gems. Different random items that are considered lost treasures, but you can obviously... It's called an old key, but it's just a key. Smooth slate, cell phone, sliding handle, mouse, shiny disc, CD. Furniture, because people will ask for furniture as quests. Clothing, same thing. People will ask like for quests. Iron hoe, iron scythe, pretty much for farming. Iron watering can, bucket for milking. Brush, that's another thing. Different poop, whistles to call animals to you. Fertilizer, shears for shearing. But that's what I was saying over here. If we go to animals, when you click on them, let's just pick doggo. You see how long you've had the animal, or how old the animal is, / how long you've had it. Has it been fed? Does it have a home? Have you pet it? And has it been cleaned? So it's been cleaned. This doggo has been cleaned. It's been petted. It has a home, and it's been fed. So all 4 of these would get in one day would get me 1/4 of the health. Heart. Now this happens for all the animals, as you can see. This guy doesn't eat the same feed as all the other animals, just like the dog, so I'd have to go and get one of these fruits, drop it, and they'd have to eat, and then pet it, and I'd get a heart. I haven't really been doing that, because I really don't use it as my mode of transportation or anything like that. And NPCs will typically go around and they'll pet the animals for you, too. If an animal doesn't get cleaned every day, it'll start to develop filthiness, and you'll start to see, like, stink lines. And if that isn't taken care of and their filthiness bar gets full, they become sick and they stop producing. To prevent that, I've built it so that it forces them, every day they have a certain thing, the AI goes over here and eats. So to force them to go, so I don't have to brush them, I made this shower, and it forces them to go through it to go eat, because they have to eat once per day. They are drawn to this to go eat. So they walk through this, boom, they get showered. I typically don't have to pet all of them. The NPCs will walk over here and they will pet and brush. So let's get into more of the other stuff. As you can tell, again, once more, I am not a builder. This is just shit everywhere. Ooh, free wallpaper, pink pattern. Recycling bins, same kind of process. You'll every day find random items in it. Well, sometimes. Wishing well, if you have about 150,000 dinks, which is the money, you can make a wish, and it'll increase your chance at like fishing, increase your chance at digging, increase your chance at catching bugs, increase the chance of weather effects, just different things like that. farming. That's another thing. Put a scarecrow down so that there's birds you can capture too or kill for feathers and food. NPCs will also do this because this is designed to be a multiplayer game. That's what these NPCs do when you rent out their house to them. When you go into their house, the rent is depending on the wallpaper, the flooring, and all the items inside their house. So every time you kind of put like a bed or some sort of decoration in here, it increases the rent. I have a ruby and this cassette tape, all these kind of other things, and it increases how much you can get up to, I think it's like 200,000-ish about the rent. Currently, this guy's only at 15,000 every Wednesday, so it's once a week. You get money. These are things I just planted because they're nice. You can harvest them. You harvest them, and you can either make something out of them, like a food, drink technically, or you can just sell them, and they sell for a decent amount. This was like the first pad I had for capturing creatures, so it was in the most random spot. This is the tent, like you would do in Animal Crossing. They would random visitors start here, or if there's a special visitor to the village, they start right here. Teleporter, so you can teleport to another teleporter or to these tele towers, which are spread out pretty much throughout the map. And it's just a matter of teleport there, teleport back. With the shovel, you can only pick up one thing of dirt. So you have a nice wheelbarrow here. You can put dirt into the wheelbarrow and then take it to where you need to go. I have different trees, normal trees, there's other like hardwood trees, but then there's these palm trees, all different kinds of wood you need. Something died over here. Collect the meat. I'm not really doing anything because as long as I don't proceed to the next day, it doesn't save. This is the deep mine. When you go in here, you can either go down and you can do a pre-generated dungeon that changes every time, and you can just find random stuff down there, materials, all that kind of fun stuff. And then once you find some shards and some gems, you put them in here, and you can change where you want to go. You want to stay in the deep mine, you want to go to the undergrove, or you want to go to the volcano. The volcano is the tier area, and it's also the area that requires the glider, which I still can't seem to get my hands on any of them. There's a handful of them, but they all have like super low, like 1% chance. And I throw in 6 animals on the daily. And there's a chance that when you capture an animal and send it off, when it comes back, you get an item, depending on the animal. Well, all animals, when you capture them and send them off, have a like 1% chance of getting you a glider. And every day I send 6 out, so that's like 6 1% chances, and nothing after playing the game. I'm about to hit year 3 of the game, because technically you don't. Yeah, see, it takes ruby shards to go to the jungle, or no, ruby shards to go to the hot area. It's emerald shards to go to the jungle area, the jungle cave, whatever you want to call it. But it takes forever, and I still haven't gotten them. And then the one that you can get pretty much right away costs an insane amount of money, and it's not money; it's like milestone points. As you can see, also with the animals, there's males, and with the males, you can get like the fertilized chicken eggs. With these, you can go buy a specific item, and they'll mate, and you'll get a baby. Kind of breeding. I don't see really a purpose to it other than selling. But here we have all kind of the different fruit trees, and prickly pear, cherries, coconuts, apples. I don't know what these are, or these limes, bananas. Did I go through all these crates? See, different kinds of seeds. And you can get seaweed, which you can use for food as well. Paint, so you can color things, and then just kind of random items that I don't really have a home for. You get a house customization kit, and that's how you either customize your house, or if you, while it's in your inventory, you walk over here and click on this, you can upgrade their house to make it even bigger. And the bigger their house is, the more money you get. Like, I have my house completely maxed. Town hall, weather vane, kind of does exactly what you'd think it says. Tells you the weather. Town bell, I've rung it a couple times. Don't really see what the purpose of it is, but I built it anyways. Steve Irwin's shop. The tech place, the airport back here. A lot of these characters close pretty early. Like I said, it's like 6:15, so pretty much everybody's closed, so I can't go in any of these buildings. But you have like your bank, you have your clothing, you have your styling, you have your furniture for everything. This guy invents stuff, so you take him a shit ton of money and the parts he requires. This is where events are held. But yeah, you put a shit ton of money and parts were required, and he can make you things like the jackhammer, the bank. I haven't really seen if it does any. The bank actually does anything. Food. All the NPCs come here to kind of gather, so it makes it later in the day, especially with the NPCs. So we can go to photo animals. It's not milestones. It's not, I don't have any tasks. Pedia's people. So you see, I have everybody but the NPCs maxed out, and then these are all just kind of people you can't get any rep with. They're just randoms you find, or event NPCs. But I have them all maxed out. The thing I don't like about this game is after so many days, they lose a quarter of their heart. Like this one, they've lost, and this guy. They've all lost a quarter of their heart. Now, it's pretty easy since I have them maxed out. All I gotta do is walk up to this guy, ask him what's new. Scroll through that. I think it was also... But she's also a named one. Not a named one, but let's chat. She's an important one. So, your life story. Then we go here. Pedia people. And at least that's done. And they're back to full hearts. I don't really like that. It takes a lot of time out of the day to track these people down sometimes. And just to do this, just to be like, okay, come on. Come on. I'm not worried about it because I'm not sleeping. So none of my progress is going to save. So down here in my inventory bar, I have a spear, which is obviously a weapon to hunt and, do damage. So if I need to kill something for like meat or feathers or bones or whatever it might be, or like the crocodiles attack, I can kill the crocodiles for their parts. Or alphas. Alphas spawn. There's John over here. He's the guy that runs the general store, which I don't think I pointed out. There's Fletch. She's the one she's like the mayor. Technically you're the mayor, but she's in stand-in for you. John's Goods. This is your general store. Eventually you can get an ATM, which you can only deposit. You can only withdraw. You can't deposit to. Bulletin board, crafting, like they give you stuff like this, crafting requests, 3 wooden lampposts, but it also has the calendar, which shows you people's birthdays, events. So there's a bug catching competition. There's the night market, which happens every month at the 19th. Takes a lot of money, but you get some pretty cool stuff. And then your founding day. So this would mark the next day after this. Would be technically year 3. And a lot of stuff doesn't start happening until year 2. And then over here, this kind of gives you a general feel of like what this is, it's a museum. I still have not completely finished this game. I still have 4 fish and 3 bugs, but I'm in 1 critter. And some of these are like super rare creatures or super limited creatures that I haven't gotten. And if you use the wishing well, you find lucky fish and lucky bugs. And there's a good chance that when you catch them, that lucky whatever is a super rare, is one of the super rares. I don't even... Why is this completely empty? I'm not missing that many bugs, am I? Only missing 3 bugs. That might be for future content. But kind of like Animal Crossing, all your bugs in the museum, all your bugs in your museum, you can kind of view. Donation tells you how many of each you have, all your different fish. The different fish. And I believe there's also critters in here because the critters are undersea, under the water. And it's kind of the same thing like Animal Crossing, where you see the shadow of the fish. That's where you cast your line out and it'll attack. Same thing, bug net, catch bug. Bug goes into inventory. If it's dark, light will stun animals. Crab pots, you put meat in there, get something depending on where it's at. See the fish. I can dive, find a rock oyster. There's also sharks. You kill them and get the shark meat, which is a pretty good ingredient. You do have stamina, which at late at night goes down drastically. This is the fish pond. This is what I'm talking about. This is where you would go to get roe. Come over here, get your fish roe, and then it requires for the next day to get some critter from the ocean. I found that it doesn't really matter what critter you put in there, so I just use whatever I have. I try not to use the rare ones. I just try to sell the rare stuff. So like that blue mussel, that spiny urchin that I put in there would be something I'd put in, whereas this rock oyster is actually pretty rare, so I wouldn't want to put that in there. But the same thing, this stuff, like these bugs, if you put them down on the ground, they'll be in like the little boxes. I'm trying to think of anything I'm missing. I mean, other than showing like combat, there's really not much to combat. You attack, they make a little like expression sign, and then they attack. Kind of like a little threat sign. Fishing's pretty much the same in any game. You throw your line out there. Let's see if I can find fish to catch real quick. There's also these spots on the ground. You take out your shovel, you dig it up. Find yourself something like a shiny disc. Put it back. Good to go. Oh, let's see, there's a crocodile over there. Go fight that crocodile. All of your stuff is based on, like, you have like base stats, but everything you do strength-wise is based on your food. I have no food, so I'm pretty weak at the moment. So trying to fight something like a crocodile or a bush devil. So, boop. We wait. Wait. Oh. And then you just reel it in. So when it's thrashing like that, stop reeling. When it's not thrashing, reel it in. Boom. Got me a fish. And that's that. I mean, axe is obvious. Jackhammer is obvious. That is about it for the nuances for this game. There's not, like, this game, there's a lot to do, but there's not a lot of it. So it's all about just time management. There's different vehicles, like you can get trucks. There's a train you can build and train tracks, and you can ride the train around. But there's also like a cargo plane you can build, which is superly expensive. But then there's also this helicopter, which is probably one of the nicest ones to have, because it gives you the versatility of flight. There's also different kinds of boats. Like you can see down there, that's a speedboat. And then there's a rowboat. There's a couple other different, there's like a sailboat, something else that you can build or have purchased from the guy. And there's these ones you can go out and you can put a cage on the back of it. There's a spot here where you can put a cage. So you can go out, catch something, put it on the back of there, and then fly it home. It's spring, so different colors of these flowers are going to appear in different biomes. Like this biome has like 3 different kinds of flowers. Other biomes have just different flowers altogether. That's only during the spring. Each biome has a different kind of thing. Like autumn has mushrooms, winter has snow and ice. Summer, I'm drawing a blank on what summer gets you. But I have like all this stuff I could sell. Gets you Dinkum. Dinkum's used pretty much for all the purchasing. You can only build one thing at a time. Once you've paid your debt off, you can get the next thing. The villagers will slowly pay that off over time. Like I haven't put any money into that one, and I think it was like 2.5 million. They got it almost down to like the 500k, less than 500k. Tasks, obviously quests. As you can see, I've pretty much done everything I can other than like the random stuff that are just daily. Milestones, these are what get you your licenses, which is technically your skills. Pedia, obviously your fish, your critters. Critters are the little bubbles, kind of like Animal Crossing. My details. My ID shows you how much money I have on me, how much money I have in the bank, my milestone points. Up here, the top left, your health, your stamina, the time, the day, all that kind of stuff. I'm covering it, but there's a camera and a moving. My face here is covering it, but there's a camera, free look kind of thing. Your hotbar, and then your daily quests. Your daily quests are what get you additional milestone points, other than doing these technically what are achievements. And there's the dailies right there. Photos I've taken. NPCs will request photos. This was a thunder egg. This is an extremely hard item to find because it only appears when thunder strikes the ground, and only one appears per storm. So I found one, I took 5 pictures of it, and then NPCs will actually purchase these photos. They'll be like, hey, I want to see a thunder egg, and then they'll purchase a photo from you. Licenses, these are your skills. You purchase them from the town hall with your milestone points. As you can see, I've got the vast majority. I'm only missing like agricultural machinery, which is basically just allows me to make and ride tractors. Animals, you already saw the animals. Yeah, you can see I've been playing for 2 years, 4 months, and 7 days. Every day is 34 real life minutes to go from when you wake up to late. So every day is 34 minutes. So 2 days of play is over an hour. Now I have 2 years, 4 months, and 7 days. Every season is 30 to 31 days. Yeah. It's almost like 17 hours per month. 2 years, so that's 8. That would technically be 8 months. What's that? and we're about to go into year 3, so that would technically now be 12 months. So it's a decent amount of hours. There's probably people that have a ton more hours into this game. Here's all the different milestones for points. All the different stuff. All the different things. When you run out of stamina, you become tired and your bar just slowly... There's a couple I haven't found yet, because I haven't been able to explore the entirety of the bottom regions. There's other items that you get that are just like kind of like a one-time thing. And then, yeah, there's alphas, animals that'll be like quests you can go get for, and they'll give you parts. Give gifts on like the birthdays. There's a lot of stuff I haven't done because that's not my, like, I've never won a bug competition, so obviously I don't have one of these. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm just not, like, I play Animal Crossing for the adventure. I don't play Animal Crossing for the NPCs kind of thing. Same thing with these kind of games. I like the exploration. I like the gathering the animals. I like the different stuff like that. Whereas like the male versions of the animals, you can purchase the female version of the animals. Like you can purchase all the females. But the males, you actually have to go out and you have to go out and buy this crate from Irwin. And you take that crate and you find a wild male and you have to like coax the creature. Oh, seeds. That's where greenhouse where you get seeds. You have to coax the creature into the crate, and then you take the crate and you bring it back here. Boom! And then now you have your male of the one creature. But other than that, that is pretty much it for this game. It is a very simple clone of Animal Crossing, but in Australia. I see a dog in the background. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this kind of review walkthrough. I really enjoyed this game. I still want to play more. I don't know if this game is actually going to get any updates beyond bug fixes here and there. I know they just did a massive update not too long ago as of the recording of this video. So, and I haven't really looked at the store in a while. But if this game does continue to update, because the map is very big, like this has a big map. This is a decent sized map here. The only thing is that I've already explored all of it. I've already gathered as much as I can out of it. The only thing I really haven't had much luck with is the mining, so that I can get the glider to go do the final mining stuff, and then get the advanced tables here, and the advanced tools, like there's like an advanced jackhammer. But as of like right now, the jackhammer, there's no need because it does everything I need it to do plus more. And I can't imagine like the advanced one might make it a little faster. I don't know. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy the game. If you are picking it up, if you're looking to pick it up to have fun with some friends, I 100% say this is a great game to play with a squad. You know, 1 or 2 more people, this game would have been like perfect. But until next time, you be you, you stay you, and most importantly, adventure on.